I want to go ahead now and bring in Udi Goren, whose cousin, Tal, was kidnapped by Hamas on October 7th. Udi, thank you for joining us. My first question, I want to talk about your cousin. Tell us about him, what happened to him, and has your family been given any evidence that he is being held hostage and he's still alive today?
All right, thank you, Brooke, for having me. My cousin was taken from his kibbutz on the morning of October 7th. We actually don't know most of the circumstances of what happened to him once he was captured. All we know is that his phone was traced to Gaza, practically directly west of where he lives, and that is it. That was the last news we've had of him. We haven't received any new evidence or anything new since then.
We're seeing some pictures of him on our screen now. Tell us about the kind of person he is.
He's a family man. He's got 3 kids. His wife is pregnant with their 4th. He's a civil engineer. He works not far from his kibbutz, but he's very adamant at waking up early, being with the kids in the morning, sending them off to school, being back early to spend the afternoon with them. So he's very much missed at home.
What went through your mind when you heard there was a breakthrough in hostage negotiations?
I thought it was about time. It was about time. As far as I see it, we're about 40 days too late. We know there have been hostage deals on the table since day one, and this is very, very late in the game. And as any expert could tell you, the longer it is, the less the chances of the hostages getting back alive is diminishing. And I think going back to the discussions you've had previously with Tracy, of course we're getting the better deal. I mean, because we value human lives. So it doesn't matter what we're giving in exchange. Israel and Hamas are not on the same playground. We are a sovereign Western democracy that values its citizens and their lives, that failed defending them a month and a half ago, and we have to bring them back. Hamas, on the other hand, has neglected doing anything for its citizens for the past 18 years. The state which it used to control is completely demolished. Its citizens are at chaos and probably at one of the worst humanitarian crises in the world right now. And if we're getting our people back, of course we're getting a better deal. This is the top priority of this war. There's no doubt. You've been discussing this with the experts that you've brought on. This war is not going to end the Israeli Gazan conflict, neither the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It would never end in war. You've mentioned the Qataris, you've mentioned the Egyptians. Of course we have to go to a bigger solution here. So if that's going to take a very long time, and we need a new regional order backed by these countries, backed by the US, then of course that getting every single hostage back is top priority. So of course we're getting the better deal. This is the only deal we need right now.
And Udi, you and your family have such a unique perspective on all of this. Knowing that the initial release would only be women and children, your cousin would not be among this initial group of hostages released. Are there mixed emotions for you?
Of course there are. I mean, I fear for my cousin's life every single day. That's regardless of this deal. But we were told that a treaty or an agreement that would bring all hostages back is not on the table. And if that's not on the table, and that's what we've been hearing from the government all the time. So if that's not on the table, then every deal that's being done means that the next deal is getting sooner. So my cousin is now bumped up the line. And if this is the way it's going to work, then this is the way it's going to work. I mean, there's absolutely no way. I've heard one of the people mention that previously that the U.S. fought to send troops in to bring the hostages back. This is lunacy. I mean, nobody knows where they are. Nobody knows how they're held. They could be executed in any moment. And unless the US have teleportation skills, then the only way to bring them back are hostage deals. There's no way we can.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.